Every morning sun comes breaking through. I hit my knees, Lord, I'm talking to you. Out in the driveway, she's waiting on me. That C10 truck, that old Chevy sets my spirit free. Faith got in my C10 truck. That's all I need when the road gets tough. Prayers on my lips, my hands on the wheel. Rolling with Jesus, it's all so real. Rust on the fender, but the engine's strong. Just like my Savior, He's been there all along. Through the storms and the miles, I never walk alone. With my Bible, my truck, and my heavenly home. Faith God in my C10 truck. That's all I need when the road gets tough. Prayers on my lips, my hands on the wheel. Rolling with Jesus, it's all so real. Some chase money, some chase fame, but I got love, and I've got His name. The open highway, it all makes sense with faith, God, and my C10. Faith, God, and my C10 truck. That's all I need when the road gets tough. Prayers on my lips, my hands on the wheel. With the Lord by my side, I'm driving for real. Yeah, faith, God, in my C10. That's all I'll ever need again. I remember the mornings, loading up your new farm truck, camper on the back, chasing mountain love. The road was all ribbon, winding through the pines. Every mile with you was a moment frozen in time. You told me the story of the monkey riding in the elephant's ear. I still hold that one near. With my cord gun out the window, keeping bad guys away. My mini bike tied to the back of the camper, it was the only way. We were off on adventures, rolling into the night. They were saying Isabel's waters, Lake Dewey, San Sun, Arkansas River where the carry your stories till my dying day. Fishing with Grandpa was the only way. Yeah, fishing with Grandpa was the only way. I started with a frame, just a pile of steel, rust on my hands, but a vision that's real. Long nights in the shop, sparks light in the air. Every bolt I tighten says I'm halfway there, knowing that my vision is starting to appear, in hopes that I make the cover of C10 America magazine. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America magazine. A fresh coat of paint, that green candy apple glow, 20-inch wheels hitting every truck show. Crowd gathers round, cameras start to click. This ain't just a truck, it's my C10 America magazine dream. I'm building my C10 dream. A chrome shining under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America magazine. From swap meets to highways, every mile I roll, this C10 Chevy tells my story, every dent, every goal. I hope and I pray the editors are watching one day and put me on the cover of C10 America magazine. And they will realize this truck's more than metal to me. It's my C10 dream. I'm building my C10 dream. A chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, this C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10 America magazine. So here's to the builders, the grinders, the crews, to every C10 dreamer with a vision so true. I hope and I pray that maybe someday my truck will be on the cover of C10 America magazine. But until that day, my truck's gonna gleam. I will keep branching and chasing my C10 America magazine dream.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. It is 9:01. Hey, what's up, Sam? And Roller is in the house. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It is fabulous Friday, October 3rd, 9:01 a.m. Hey, what's up, guys? It is, so awesome, to be here with you again. My God, Jesus Christ, my Lord and my Savior, gave me, another day to wake up on God's green earth. That is awesome. We have Scott in here. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Roller. Hey, what's up? The entire family's in here. First and foremost, before I get going here, Scott sent me and Roller a text, and I want to say a big shout out to Scott's buddy that helped him build, the shop and all that. He went home to, that hot rod car show in the sky. We have to give him, some thoughts and prayers and, kudos and all that, and just say, a prayer for, this man was, a great man. Matter of fact, just, a couple of days ago or last week, me and Scott were talking about, his friend and all that. Then I hate to get that kind of, that kind of text or, that message when we lose somebody in the hot rod world, and stuff like that. So prayers to you, Scott. Yes, thank you, Sam, for saying that. But yeah, I guess he was a very, very good friend, true friend to Scott and all that. And we have to, give prayers to, his family and all that. Scott's friends, family. Scott, do you want to name him, put his name? I didn't know him personally, but I know you knew him. You can, let everybody here in the live know, his name, so we can honor him and pray for him, pray for, his, family and, all that stuff. That is terrible when it kind of hits home, and all that. Anyways, guys, this weekend is, and Scott, thank you. Yes, he was but anyway, he could. His name is Abel. So let's give Abel and his wife and his family, big prayers and, all that. Kevin, good morning, y'all. Hey, what's up, Kevin? How you doing? It is Friday, October 3rd, 9:05 a.m. Guys, it is Fabulous Friday right here in, the group. That is, totally awesome. Anyways, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who donated stickers. Scott says he had many cars and had 2 C10s on. It was like only had that only had 30,000 miles. Wow, that is so big prayers for Abel out there and his family. If you're just tuning in, Abel was a real good friend of Scott's. He went home to that awesome hot rod in the sky. He has Jesus riding the shotgun right now, so he isn't in any more pain. He's up there with God and Jesus, and I'll totally put it on our prayers, tonight for him and his, family. I don't like any time that I hear about, you know, stuff like that, and it just kind of so upsetting, and stuff like that. But we need to go on. We need to just keep on honoring these people that were our friends and that we loved, and just honor them, going forward. Anyways, I want to say a big shout out to everybody that donated stickers. I want to say a big shout out to Dan and Anthony Jackson. Excuse me, up there of Las Vegas, Nevada. Pardon me. I want to say big kudos out to Scott Stout and Roller for those awesome decals. Plus, they got me that awesome canopy, which I'm going out to tomorrow to the garage and fill up to take a lot of stuff to storage. Because if you look behind me, we're moving out, dude. I am so excited that we're moving out. We're moving in. We'll be 5 minutes away from Dad. I think right now we're like half an hour away from Dad. But after we move, we'll be 5 minutes. Just a favor for positive thoughts. My daughter, Major Dawn Jackson Swig, is being deployed to Qatar on Monday for 6 months. Hey guys, let's thank Dan for the service of his daughter, and keep Dawn in our hot hearts, minds, and prayers and all that. We have another. That's a spam call, huh? Oh, all right. Yeah, if we can, let's keep Dawn in our hearts and prayers and mind, and if we can, let's form a prayer chain, to go all over, not only Dawn, but Dawn's our friends and family, and everybody here, and where she's going. Please God, just be with Dawn, and please send your blessings and everything down to Dan and Anthony, and the family, and just bless them in your name, Lord. I pray, amen. But again, let's keep everybody in our thoughts and prayers. And Dan, next time you talk to Dawn, tell her personally I want to thank her for her service. It's like for folks out there defending our freedom, we get to do every day what we do, and I totally honor that. I am very humbled by that, and let Dawn know that we are here for her. We're here for the troops. Send all you guys and gals prayers, and rising all you guys up. So if we can, let's keep Dawn in our prayers, guys. But I want to say a big shout out to some people that brought us or sent us decals. That would be Dan Anthony Jackson, Scott Stout, Roller, Brad Gardner, Iron Carriers, Jay Pruitt. I got Jay's card right here. My buddy Jay over at Trucks USA Classic Truck Bed Parts.com. That is classictruckbedparts.com. Trucks USA right here. So that is Jay Pruitt. He is, an awesome guy all around. So if you guys need parts for, your classic trucks and, all that, let us, know. So anyways, I want to say a big shout out to Dale Turnbow and David Molina. These cats, they have a Rat Pack car club, and they put on the Rat Pack car show. It'll be May 16th, 2026, right down there in Gale, Texas. Now, I might say, if I can, guys, don't stay in Gale. There's no hotel, there's no restaurant, there is no, I think the only thing down in Gale is the Coyote store, which is, the venue where they have, the Rat Pack car show. And so I would stay over in Snyder, stay right off College Avenue, College Street, and they have an awesome, I think it's a Fairfield Marriott Hotel, and it's right across the street from Walmart. And you got a Domino's on the side of, the hotel. So that is, awesome. Our go-to place is, Domino's. Me and Miss Terry get there to, the room, and after we take everything in, to the room, we're kind of just like, well, you know what? We don't really want to go out, bring the food to us, so we'll order Domino's and we'll have it, delivered and, all that stuff to us. That is awesome. Scott says, you will be sleeping with the snakes. The Coyote store sells lunch, but no gas. They do have a RV park in Gale. So, there Scott said it, you're gonna be sleeping with, the snakes. I would say, if you want a good night's sleep, stay at the Fairfield Inn Marriott, right there on College Avenue, College Street. And it's, I would say, only a 30-minute drive to Gale. So we're glad that we went, to the Rat Pack car show, this year. We had no idea what to expect down there, and it filled up, and Scott was there before we got there, and we saw many awesome cars and trucks right down there. That was so cool. And then, guys, if I can, I looked at the numbers of the group, like I do normally, because I do this every day. I come in here and do lives and all that. I kind of grow try and grow this brand, and stuff like that. Anyways, we are at, I believe, 69.7 thousand, or 69. Let me see. I could check that out for you real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Real quick. No, I'm sorry. I forget that. That was wrong. We're at, check this out. We're at 70.9 thousand. That's freaking awesome. 70.9 thousand. Remember, we did hit 70, and I wrote that a couple of days ago. Wow. This group is growing, by the day, so that is awesome. So probably by the end of today will be 71 thousand. And I told, pardon me, I think I told Roller that I think now, since we're over 70, I think before or by Christmas, we're gonna take and I think maybe hit 80,000. I'm thinking we can do it. We can do it, man. So, anyways, hey, since I'm doing this live, I want to do something a little different. I'm gonna play you a new song that Roller wrote. It's been like a day since he wrote it, but you need to check it out, listen to it, and I'm gonna cut my mic and then play this, and then I'll be right back. I'm not going nowhere on the video, but you can watch my expression. Hold on one second.
Snow was falling heavy on Christmas Eve night. Santa fired up a sleigh, but something wasn't right. Those reindeer got tired, slowed way down. Santa should have had a Chevy rolling through town. Santa should have drove a C10 truck with a V8 rumble and a little bit of luck. Candy apple red with the chrome all shiny. Deliver those toys in record time. Forget that sleigh when the weather gets rough. Santa should have drove a C10 truck. I left milk and cookies, but I waited in vain. Santa stuck on the highway in the snow and rain. If he had a short bed with the heater on high, he'd be burning rubber underneath the winter sky. Santa should have drove a C10 truck with a V8 rumble and a little bit of luck. Candy apple red with the chrome all shiny. Deliver those toys in a record time. Forget that sleigh when the weather gets rough. Santa should have drove a C10 truck. Load the bed with gifts and stuff. Crank the windows down, turn the radio up. Rolling down Main Street, waving to the crowd. sharpest Christmas Chevy that money can buy. Next year he'll trade those reindeer in for a C10 truck with a big block grin.
So, be honest. What do you guys think of Roller's new song? He wrote that. Matter of fact, he wrote that yesterday, and you know that guy right there is he is very very talented. Yeah. I I I had an idea of doing something like that, and whenever I have ideas, I'll tell him some ideas, and then he blows my socks off with doing all this writing. So he wrote the song, so all the words and everything he wrote, and then with the AI, he needed somebody to sing it, and he needed like a genre, music, Christmas type feel for it and all that. Excuse me, but no, I totally love that song. He wrote another song. He is awesome. He wrote a White Buffalo Car Show song too. So yeah, he is pretty awesome, pretty awesome. And then he did something for me for the new studio. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is. You gotta wait. We have 2 weeks and we move out of here. Cannot wait. The new studio is 2 times bigger than this right here. The studio over at Dad's was, a lot bigger than, this. And the new studio is going to be like 2 times bigger than, this one here. So that'll be awesome. And then something we're doing brand new over in the new studio. I'll have that same podcast wall that you guys saw back there for a year. We're gonna recreate that over on a flat wall over in the studio. So don't worry about that. When you see us doing videos, you're gonna see that back wall again. But one thing we're doing, we're gonna be designing a sticker wall. I'm gonna go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and that sheet of fake brick and all that. I'm gonna get that and maybe get that cut down a little bit and put that on one wall, one side, a little portion of the wall, and that right there is gonna be the sticker wall. If you think about it, they have that events and car shows. They have like what is called a selfie wall, right? Well, ours will be a sticker wall. And whenever people, and we put it on YouTube and all that, the call out for, stickers, from, you know, different states, you know, different countries, shops, you know, all that. We want to fill up our sticker wall with, you know, awesome decals, and it's gonna be a set aside, or it'll be a background itself. It won't be part of, you know, the podcast wall, but it'll be its own separate, you know, backdrop. So we'll do all the, you know, videos, all the lives, you know, with the podcast back there. When we do the podcast, you know, interviews, we'll set up, you know, the GoPros, 4K cameras, you know, all that stuff around, you know, that table. And then, you know, sometimes we'll do a live, or, you know, a video in front of, you know, the, you know, sticker wall, you know, and all that stuff. So, to everybody that, you know, already sent us decals, you guys rock. We took them all. We put them on, you know, that tabletop there. That is, you know, so, you know, awesome, guys. But, yeah, about a couple weeks back, I went to, you know, a C10 in the park right here in Waxahachie. It was an awesome time. They had all the trucks all lined up, you know, the way, you know, I think it should be, you know, at a car show, organized, and, you know, all that. So we did a little street walking, street talking out there, meaning, you know, I was going up and down, you know, from truck to truck to truck, you know, talking to, you know, the guys and gals, you know, out there. We did take photographs of your truck out there. Don't worry, we're gonna try and get them put up before we move, but if not, we'll get them put up after we move. We're just trying to get everything done. I'm putting a hold on metal prints right now. I need to work on 2 more. I got 3 sent over. Fix 2 more, get them sent over, and then I need to design 2 more. Boom, get those sent over. So they're over, and then I can finish, you know, the packing, you know, process right here. And I lied to you guys. I said last night I was gonna try and get, you know, a lot more of the studio packed up. Dude, guys, I was beat as, you know, heck yesterday. I took and walked out. I told Miss Terry probably about 5 o'clock, 5:30. I said, I'm hungry. Order dinner, you know, so we can eat right when it comes. I want to get a shower, kick back. I was tired. I was gone. And so, you know, that's okay. You know, sometimes you got to work on, say, I was just saying something, and then I got a text right here, and I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, I totally went blank because I was talking, and then somebody shot me a text right here. But anyways, we did a little street walking, street talking out there. Don't worry, if we haven't put your photograph, you know, of your truck up, we will. We're gonna try and get to it, you know, by here I got another text, and, you know, that threw me off, you know, my game. I'm getting a text from Ms. Terry right now. I'm on live right now. Come in to the live. I know I'll call you back if you're watching. I'll call you back after I get done with the live. Sorry about that. But anyways, we did a little street walking, street talking. I think we might. I like that. We might do a little more of that coming up, where we went up to almost, well, not quite every truck, but we went up to a lot of them. We talked to the guys and the gals in these awesome trucks, and we kind of tried to find their passion, their determination, their drive, kind of the entire reason they came down for the show. And I know sometimes you come down to show off maybe that new thing you did on your truck, or your friends or family members, relatives will be at the show and all that. So but I think this year's show was pretty good. We do have a new t-shirt coming out. It's called Smiles Per Gallon. Smiles Per Gallon. And I'm thinking when we come out with that t-shirt, I think that t-shirt might go viral right now, because seeing how the world is right now, Smiles Per Gallon. So when we get ready to release it, we'll put a promo here in the group and you guys can check it out. But all the new shirts will be over at our other site that we partnered with. It's called fourthwall.com. fourthwall.com. Look for fourthwall.com/Rich Arthur. Go over there. You can get a couple of shirts already over there. There are probably about 10-15 shirts up already. We don't have the new ones up there yet. We will. Just, I say it like every day. I'll say it again, guys. I'm like a man in a one-man band, and it's not bad. It's not bad, but I'm just saying that's what I feel like. Going over there, going to the podcast. I mean, but hey, it is like my dad always says. He said to me, "How does an ant eat an elephant? One bite at a time." I told that to Scott, a couple nights ago. He said, about this, that. I'm like, "Hey, Scott, I got to ask you, something." And he said, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, how does an ant eat an elephant?" And he's like, "I don't know, I give up." I said, "One bite at a time." And that goes about everything. You can apply that to pretty much everything in life, So just one thing at a time. If you're building, that awesome, C10 truck, just do one thing at a time. And if you start off with maybe a LS swap, you start off with body work, maybe making that long bed into a short bed, or just something, as small as, getting the truck all cleaned up and detailed because you pulled it out of, the barn and it has 30 years of dust on it and you want to bring it back. But the only thing is, you don't want to paint it. You want to bring it back and put it back on the road for everybody can enjoy it. And one of our new t-shirts coming out, it's for all you guys out there and gals out there included that have patina style pickups, C10s out there. It's called Kissed by Mother Nature. So Kissed by Mother Nature. So anyways, that will be, I think, a big selling t-shirt too. And remember, all the new t-shirts we're coming out with will have a Bible verse on the bottom of that t-shirt, and we want to do it, so therefore we're gonna do it. Yeah, it looks like people from far and wide came out to this show a couple weeks back. That was awesome. And Kevin says C10s plus horsepower. Yes, sir. I hear what you're saying. And then let's see. I met a bunch of group members out there at the show. I had a couple of people come up. I had one guy that came up. I was shooting his truck and all that, doing a little interview with them, and then he's hey, can I get a selfie? Yeah, me, you, and the truck. And I said, yeah, by all means, let's do it. Where do you want to do it? Right by the truck, in the front, on the side. You pick, and we'll do it. And so I got that copy of that photo. I put right down here in the group. That is awesome. You guys see us out there at shows, walking around. We're shooting. We're doing interviews. Don't be shy, guys. Come up, talk to us. And a couple guys at the old Graham show right down there. Graham, wanted me to come up and get a picture with them. Or matter of fact, I saw them out there. I came out to them, and took and had to shake their hands because they're in the group and all that. And then I posed with a photograph with them. So that was awesome. Then we went down to another show in Seymour, Texas, right down there. And a couple of the guys were down there that are in the group, and they said, you know what, we heard that C10 America was gonna be down here and have their booth and all that. And I had one guy tell me that he just came out because he heard that C10 America was gonna be out there at that show. That is awesome. Taking something that you had up here in the mind, and you had an idea to build this brand and get the brand out there, and then to have other people love what you're doing and love the message you're trying to get out there about these C10 trucks, and God and faith and family and all that stuff. And might I say, when we do our own show, it will be a family friendly show. So you guys bring all your kiddos out there, and this group is a family friendly group and all that. And that's how we want to keep it, pardon me, We do metal prints, 11 by 14, 11 by 14, 16 by 20. Can't even read my own writing. 11 by 14, 16 by 20, and 20 by 30. And then we do metal features. We just started doing the metal features in, the 20 by 30 and, the 16 by 20. But however, right now we're holding off on taking any more orders right now because I need to, after I get off here, send the last 2 or 3 over to print. That'll give me time. After I get that done, then I'm gonna go ahead and continue to pack. I have a table right here. It is a stack of stuff table where I put the stack of stuff on. Well, I need to get in my closet right over there. Well, the table that I'm on, this computer is on, is an 8-foot table. Well, it ends at where I open the door to my closet. I can only open the door, so far, because for the fact the table is right there, kind of blocking, the door. So I'm thinking, if I move this small table out of the corner, I can take the 8-foot table and move it down, a little, so I can open up that door all the way and, start, packing. I want to pack everything I can here in the office today because I'll be moving, the garage over to storage, tomorrow. So, and then pedal to the metal is back. I'm back. I didn't even know you left, man. I didn't even know you left. Roller had to leave for a minute. And matter of fact, me and Roller were talking before I went live and all that, and we're talking about different things and the new studio and songs and all that. And it was 8:39, and thank God he said something to me because I would have forgot about the live, or been late. I would have got a tardy, Scott. And it was 8:39, and Roller said to me, "Hey, do you are you ready to go live? Or are you all set up?" And I'm like, "No, why?" And then I looked up, holy macaroni. That's a word right there. I just chopped up a word. I said, "Holy moly!" It was 8:39, and 20 minutes before I start putting, the featured sponsor of the day and, run, the awesome music. Anyways, before I, end the first, part, I want to talk about the featured sponsor of, the day. The show is tomorrow, guys. I think Scott wants to do maybe a cruise in maybe next year and make it real big and badass. And Roller and myself, we're gonna do everything we can to make White Buffalo Car Show a success. It will be, and we're gonna build it up and make it huge, right? Down there. And we're talking to me and Jeff were talking to Roller last night on 3-line call where 3 people can talk, and we said we're gonna promote your show, Scott, and then I get an idea. Why don't everybody from C10 America, head on down to Scott's show, next year, and we'll have the the C10 America booth right down there. So that would be awesome, right down there. And I'm looking at, I already have another canopy. It's all red. I'm gonna give me another red canopy. So I get 2 red canopies plain, and then I'm gonna take the canopy that I got from Roller and from Scott. That'll be the main focal point in the middle, and then I'll put 1 canopy here on this side, 1 canopy on this side. So it'll be a big thing. C10 America is the next big thing, and we have a T-shirt coming out saying that too. So anyways, Scott's show is the White Buffalo Car Show. It is Saturday, October 4th, 2025. Matter of fact, tomorrow. It's in downtown Snyder, Texas, at the square. So it'll be right there at the square. It'll be from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it benefits the Toys for Tots. Benefits the Toys for Tots. The classes include GM, Ford, and Mopar. GM, Ford, and Mopar. And top 15 motorcycles are included. It's only $20 to register. You have to register the day of the show. They might later on do online, maybe, next year, but as of right now, you need to register at, the Sam motorcycles too. And because you always go to a car show, truck show, a car and truck show together. They sometimes have motorcycles. So yes, they have the passion too, but their passion is for motorbikes. Ours is for C10 trucks. So all proceeds will go to benefit the Toys for the Tots. For more info, give my buddy Scott Stout a call. Area code 325-207-4671. The number again, 325, area code 207-4671. And everything they raise, they donate it to the Toys for Tots. And let's see, Sam says, I can't help but I love both trucks and bikes. That would be awesome. Sam, you need to come down to the show and hang out. Hey, since Miss Terry and myself can't make it down, maybe Sam can go down there. We can maybe send Sam down there and hang out with Scott and all them. We did start doing show boards and all that, but we're holding off on everything right now. I know if you guys want a show board, you want a metal print, just bear with us. Give us like 2 weeks. We'll be in the new apartment. I can't wait. So, Sam, excited. I'm smiling, man. So, anyways, give us 2 weeks. We'll be, in the new place, and then I think first thing I'll do is I'll get, the main computers up and going, so we can do, keep on doing, the lives out of there, and as we're building, the new studio, we can show you guys in real time. We're like we did that live when I took everything down right back here. We're gonna do a live when we're rebuilding everything, back up. Well, guys, we're at 9:53, so right at 10 o'clock we're taking that commercial break so we can get up, stretch, the legs, get something to drink, go to the bathroom, come back, all that good stuff, go get, something to eat. I might go make me a piece of toast. I am starved. Let's see here. I always say we want to try and look for, more people for, the podcast. We're looking at trying to get Chip Foose on the podcast, Dave Kindig, Joe Martin, Tim Allen, and we're looking at getting the guy from right down in Houston, Bill, right down there at Extensive. So I think that'll be kind of, cool right down there. Anyways, guys, we have 6 minutes till, let me see if I can do it. 3 months ago, we got contacted by Meta, the company that owns Facebook, and they took and they told us, kudos and congrats and all that. Well, I didn't know why, so I asked and I read, and it said that because you guys brought over 8 million new followers to Facebook, and new members, and all that, and that is so cool. And to be honest, I had to think, if I was doing this for 2.5 years and I brought over 8 million people, now if you do the math, you think about it, if I'm doing this for another 2.5 years, am I gonna bring over another 8 million people? That would be, so that would be awesome, in the group. 8 million people in the group, that would be, so off the chain. That would be, awesome. Anyways, let's see here. If you guys want to advertise, you can do a 3, 6, or 12-month plan, and we're gonna on, adjusting all the new prices, for that. So we just started doing the, that featured sponsor. We're gonna do, you can do the daily featured sponsor, the week, or the month, whatever, and then the 3, 6, and 12. So that would be, awesome, for you guys, already established, and folks just starting out. Maybe you're starting a podcast, maybe about C10 trucks. Let us promote it. Let us, me and Roller, matter of fact, we're gonna be doing some voiceover work for, podcast intros and all that. We're gonna set up the pricing for that. If you want a commercial done for your say TikTok, for your YouTube, for your podcast, for your Facebook lives, all that, we can do that awesome, audio, advertisement, for you. My brain went south for a minute. I'm good to go. Anyways, we are at 9:57. Just a few minutes until we go into the break. But me and Dad, with that old Hot Rod magazine, excuse me, we have a bunch of old interviews, pardon me, sitting on the computer, just collecting dust and all that stuff. And we are gonna be putting them over on the website for 99 cents a download, guys. So you need to go check those out if you like. Hot Rod Story. We still have some old issues back, and they go for $10. They're over at Dad's house, and they're the old paper magazine. Once they're gone, they're gone. We have like a full year pack. You get every year since we started. I think we need to come up with the price. I think Dad has that price, but let us know when those are gone. Those are gone. I would try a podcast, but I sound like a hillbilly on your podcast, dude. People out there love that, man. They love that, Scott. Anyways, hey, I'll talk to you more about that later. I'm going into a hard break right now with the commercial, but we'll talk more about it when we come back. So we love you. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Stick around, if you can, guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right, take care. That is the wrong one. Let me try it again. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside for just a short break, about 10 minutes. It gives you a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, or chat with your friends and family while we set up for the second part of C10 America. I want to take a moment to say how much we truly appreciate you tuning in to C10. America is all about community, connection, and keeping things family friendly. Whether you're here for the stories about C10s or just the good vibes and friendships, this show is designed for everyone. Something the whole family can enjoy together. And while we're on this short break, don't go anywhere. We've got a couple of great songs lined up to keep you entertained. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music, and we'll be right back with more of the show. Become a member and take advantage of our member deals like metal prints or our cool merchandise. We have something for every C10 lover. Once again, thank you for being part of C10 America. Enjoy the music, enjoy the break, and we'll see you in just 10 minutes on C10 America. Said, boy, this truck will carry you. And taught me how to turn a wrench side by side out by that fence. He was the Mr. C10 man, raised me up with grease on his hands. Every road, every mile we ran, riding proud with the Mr. C10 man. That old bench seat fitting me just right. Windows down on a summer night. Coming of age in a small town way. That truck knew the boy I was in those days. He was the Mr. C10 man, passed down lessons I still understand. Every dent, every scar it had, and told the life of the Mr. C10 man. Every time moved on and he passed away. Barn doors closed, dust hid the grave. Out of sight for 30 years, but I still heard his voice so clear. One cold day I pulled that sheet, felt my heart skip, missed a beat. Turned the key and the motor sang, brought me back to the life he gave. Now I'm the Mr. C10 man, teaching my boy like Grandpa planned. 30 years gone, but I lifted that lid, pulled the cover off where the C10 hid. I started with a frame, just a pile of steel, rust on my hands, but a vision that's real. Long nights in the shop, sparks lighting the air. Every bolt I tighten says I'm halfway there, knowing that my vision is starting to appear, in hopes that I make the cover of C10 America magazine. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day I'll make the cover of C10.
truck will be on the cover of C10 America magazine. But until that day, my truck's gonna gleam. I will keep wrenching and chasing my C10 America magazine dream.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. I forgot we had that other part, on that lead back in. I forgot that Roller put that on there, but it's all good. It's all awesome. We're back for part two. The second hour, pardon me. Man, I had to run out and make me some sweet tea and get, hey, hold on one second. Ace, get in your bed. Go in your bed. Lay down. Cover up. Hey, what's up? We have Ted in here in, the live. Hey, what's up, Ted? Ted is, family friend from Huntington Beach, California. Then what's that? One check mark for you. What's that mean, Roller? One check mark for you. I don't. Is that good or bad? I don't know. So, anyways, guys, real quick, if I can, I want to pay some bills real quick. If I can, hold on. Let's see here. Do I have? I think I have. It here, right down here. Remind me later. I think. Let's see. No. I don't. Now I don't have it. I need to make one. But anyways, oh, you said missing your mark. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay, missing your mark. Okay, duh. Anyways, hey, I'm learning, brother. I'm learning. I learned everything from podcasting, from you, Roller. So I'm learning. Gotcha. Anyways, I want to say a big shout out to Boss Hog Torque Converters. They're located at 2817 East Avalon. 2817 East Avalon Avenue in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. 35661 661. If you want, you can give them a call at 888 area code 267-7464. That number again, 888 area code 267-7464. And then we head down to Bridgeport, Texas, to yesterday's 50s Diner. They're located at 305 West US Highway 380, Bridgeport, Texas, 76426, 76426. You need to give them a little ringy dingy right down there. Give them a call. Area code 940-683-6620. That number again, area code 940-683-6620. And then let's head out to Frisco, Texas, shall we? It's a Loaded Dice Speed Shop. They're located at 6831 ASH Street, Frisco, Texas. If you need to, you can email them, guys, at garage@loadeddicespeedshop.com. garage@loadeddicespeedshop.com. Aaron and his wife down there are, the owners of Loaded Dice Speed Shop. They run an awesome shop right down there. So they're working on probably, a C10 truck, perhaps, one day, or, the next day, an awesome 55 Bel Air, convertible. These guys are awesome at, what they do. They are awesome. Anyways, I want to say a big shout out to Connor's Car Show, located right over there in Keller. They put on, the Connor's Car Show every year right over off Bear Creek Parkway in Keller. They also have, the Connor's Foundation that does a lot of, cool stuff, awesome stuff for, the kiddos. And why I like Connor's Car Show so much is because they do such good stuff for, the kiddos with, special needs. And my wife is a special needs teacher. So it takes, somebody, uniquely, special to, deal with, kids with, special needs and, all that. They have their personal spot in, heaven. So that is, awesome. Anyways, go check out connorscarshow.com. connorscarshow.com. That is Ty Jipman, Lydia Jipman, Braden, Elizabeth, Darren, and Rudy. Yes, I did not forget you, Rudy. Little inside joke there with, me and Rudy. Anyways, I wanted to say a big shout out at the other night, Johnny Blender from theedgeradious.com came in when we were taking the studio down. Johnny, what's up, sir? Johnny was a advertiser in me and Dad's Hot Rod magazine, and I told Johnny that we ended that, but we started C10 America, And he was, at first, like, a lot of people, a little, sad, a little upset that, hey, we're taking something that we did for like about 5-6 years, and we're stopping that to do something else. But you know what? It's the best thing that Dad and myself ever did was we're like just like rolling in the mud, stuck in the mud, not going anywhere. And as soon as I came to grips with, hey, we need to stop this. We need to, kind of put it on, the shelf and just go on. I, like most guys out there, I never wanted to give up on my dream. And that was not an option, giving up, on my dream, because I had put, so much stuff into it. And so I took, time out and just regrouped for like, 2 months. And, I came back and with the clear mind and clear thought. And I'm okay, you know what? I'm making an executive decision. Excuse me, pardon me. And, I told Dad that we're stopping busting, but, I'm going to do, C10 America. And, I wish I would have listened to Dad, a long time ago. And, we're here now, so we're not looking back at what we did or did not do. We're looking, forward. And I have to say, after we started, C10 America, boom, it just started really going. Well, look at, the members that we have, in the group. We have 70.9 thousand members, and that is, that's awesome. That right there, I think that is a sign of, it's a sign of want, a sign of determination, a sign of a drive, a sign of pretty much wanting to build something from nothing. If you think about it, we started, the group on December 9th, 2022, which was probably about 2.5 years ago. And we started with 0 members, and we grew it to what it is today, 70.9 thousand. And that was just from us getting on there and sharing your stories, going out to events, doing video, doing content, boom, 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 and I have no sign of stopping at all. I want to keep going as far as this ride in life takes us. I want to keep going. Anyways, I need to say a big shout out to the Rusty Rods and Rest car show. My friend Wendy McLeod and Terry Brunson, they're with the Rod Car Club. I think Waco down there. They're having their show October 11th, 2025 this year. It'll be in Newitt, Newitt, Texas, Newitt, Texas. And you need to go, check that out. I'll get more, info, from, them, and then, try and get it put up before the 11th. But we have 2 weeks, and then we'll be in the new apartment. I'm so jazzed, and Miss Terry is so excited as well. So that's awesome. Guys, if you're not signed up to the magazine, you need to get signed up. All the members get signed up for only $5. If you're not a member, I would highly recommend you become a member, and you can sign up for only $5 as well. And then you guys, not only do you get the discount on the sign up, but on our hats, on our shirts, on our decals, on everything, the members of our group, they're not going to pay full price. So they're always going to get a discount in our group. And that's just our way of, saying thank you. Thank you for, being a member. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, White Buffalo. Thank you, Pedal to the Metal. Ted Gallant. My dad. Everybody in here. Bobby C. And, all you guys. If it wasn't because of, all you guys, we would not have a group here. Anyways, Sweet Patina, I talked to Blake and his dad, a couple awesome, times over the years at shows, but most recently we're out there at C10's in the park. We saw him out there, we talked to him, and I told Blake, we want to make Sweet Patina the patina product of the magazine. And his response was, kind of excited, all that. And probably after we move, get into the new place, after we get married, and everything kind of settles down for a bit, then I think we'll start a new things and all that. I want to share some new t-shirt ideas with you. This is one I came up with, wrote down. I don't know if I like it. C10 America Trooper. I don't know what I was thinking about when I did that one. Any shows coming up in Longview, I can find out for you, Johnny, but I'm not sure. I can definitely find out for you. Hey, I tell you what, Johnny, if you can make me a radio ad of you advertising, the edgeradious.com, and sir, I will advertise that and play that on my podcast, and I will even play it here on the live. So if you drop me, you don't even have to produce it. You can do like me and Roller do. What I really need, what I want is if you can lay down a track of only your audio, nothing else, only your audio. I'll produce it. I'll put the music to it, all that. I'll send it back to you. You listen to it. If you like it, then I will play it. I will make theedgeradio.us a featured sponsor. How's that sound? That sound good? And then Roller says send it to Roller also. He's gonna play it on Pedal to the Metal podcast. He's gonna play it. We're gonna get Sam to start a podcast too. We want everybody to start a podcast, and everybody that starts a podcast, we're gonna be promoting you, Johnny. We're gonna be promoting the Edge Radio US. Do the same for me so I can run it on my show. We'll totally do that. I have one that I'm not good at, talking, but I have Roller do all my live stuff, and then I put, the music, to it. But I'll have Roller do that. Then I'll have Roller do one for him, and we'll get that sent off to you probably later on today or tomorrow, Johnny. How's that sound? Anyways, another t-shirt idea I want to share with you guys is Heart and Hustle. That's what drives us. Heart and hustle. That's what drives us. Yes, Johnny, we'll all try and talk next week. I have a party line on my phone. So what I'll do, I'll call a Roller and I'll get him on the phone, and then we'll call you, Johnny, and send me, not here in the live, but send me your phone number, text me your phone number, in Messenger. Then me and Roller's gonna call you next week. That sound good? Anyways, this t-shirt, it'll be available over at fourthwall.com, fourthwall.com/Rich Arthur. It's Heart and Hustle. That's what drives us, with the C10 America logo down beneath the main logo. And then we have a new t-shirt coming out. Is this: we are the next big thing. We are the next big thing. So I think these new t-shirts might go. That's great. I will do sandblasting today, trying to beat the rain. Oh yeah, the rain's coming. Just walked in to cool off and saw you were on. Hey, I think I tell everybody, you're building hot rods and all that, and then you're doing this awesome online radio station. So I think, Johnny, you're as busy as Roller and myself. We're always doing something with the podcast, all that stuff. So yes, sir. Next week we will talk. That sounds great, man. Hope you get done with your sandblasting before the rain comes. I pray you get done before that rain comes. God, hold off on the rain, please, so Johnny can get done sandblasting and get inside the house safe and secure, and then let the rain, come. Amen. And I think just by saying that, the rain is gonna be held off for you, Johnny. No problem. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being a sponsor here, on C10 America. And it was another awesome t-shirt is came up with. It says Daddy's Little Flashlight Crusader, or Daddy's Flashlight Crusader. And then we have one that says Dad's Little Wrench Warrior. So all these will be kids t-shirts and all that. So it'll be, we're making a new line. It'll be C10 America Kids. We love you, you too, Johnny. You have a great day. Have fun, sandblasting. We'll see you guys later. Take care. And then here's one from Roller. It says, don't dream your dreams, drive your dreams. Don't dream your dreams, drive your dreams. And then one from Scott, I leave my marks with rubber. I leave my marks with rubber. How cool is that? Then Sam Ditto put Dad's Little Gopher. Dad's Little Gopher by Sam Ditto. That is freaking awesome. And I don't care what you say, Sam. I loved your voice. I loved how you sounded on the podcast, man. And I think you need to own it, man. Your voice, you say it's like kind of too hillbilly or something like that for a podcast. No, I do not agree. I think that would be what sets apart your podcast. That right there, sir, is what would make your podcast unique and different from everybody else's. Everybody else's is pretty much, the same. They get a mic, they get on, they did this, they did that, whatever. But I think yours would set it apart. All you need to do is find what your podcast would be about, what you want to talk about. And Roller and myself, we're trying to get Scott into doing a podcast, and we're gonna work on you, try getting you to do a podcast, because we can bounce ideas off of everybody. And if everybody that we know starts a podcast, then we can take and bounce ideas off, like me bounce ideas off Roller bounce ideas off Scott bounce ideas off Sam, and just make it grow. That would be awesome. And just talk about everybody's podcast right there. There's a t-shirt, Jiminy Christmas, folks. That's one awesome C10 that is out already. You can go buy this. This is over at fourthwall.com, fourthwall.com/Rich Arthur. That is already over there. And then what's coming soon is, this one right here. Chrome don't shine without the light. Chrome don't shine without, the light. I want to say a big shout out to Speed Tech Performance. You got Keith and you got JR right down here, not too far, from the apartment, right down in Halton City. Speed Tech, speed spelled all the way out, SPEED, Speed Tech, TEK Performance. These guys are freaking awesome. Me and Dad love them. They gave, Dad and myself the first chance to have, somebody advertise in your magazine. And that, my friends, that opened the door for, me and Dad, everybody else, saw, hey, look, Speed Tech's in here. We should advertise. That was opening the door. That is awesome. Keith, most days you find him in the showroom, and then JR, most days you find him in the shop, and all that. As Sam says, I don't talk much, but I would talk an ear off about C10 and Harley builds. Dude, I think you found it, man. You found it. You need to start a podcast about building a C10 truck and building a Harley. Dude, I would totally promote that. And I think there is other people like you on the interweb here that they love building their C10 truck, and they love building their Harley. And if you can be a voice of reason, just a voice on your podcast, to talk about that, dude, think about it. There is probably so many, C10 owners and Harley owners all across, the country and, the world. And if they can tune in to your podcast while they're working on their, C10 truck or on their Harley, they can take and turn on the audio on their phone, maybe put their phone up on their workbench as they're building that C10 truck. And you know what, you might be saying something on your C10 Harley podcast that might give them inspiration or maybe an idea, and they say, oh, you know what, I got that idea from Sam ditto on the podcast. Not too many younger men and women are entering into the motorcycle world. C10s are hot right now with younger folks. Johnny Blender is fixing to start building a C10 rat rod dually for a customer. How cool is that is, what, Johnny, how about you letting me feature that in one issue of the magazine, and I'll let you, sir, be the photographer. You can decide to send me pictures as you're building it, and send pictures after it's all done, and then we can get the story, maybe part story of you building the truck. We'll do a podcast maybe on you building the truck, and then we'll do the story of the owner, your customer, and how they felt having that truck built for them by you. What do you think? Is that good? Anyways, guys, if you need to head on down to Speed Tech, they're located at 5950 Airport Freeway, suite number 400, Houghton City, Texas, 76177, Highway 121 and Carson. If you need to give them a call them today or come by today. Give them a call at area code 682-647-0012. That number again, pardon me, 682-647-0012. Give them a call today ask for Keith or JR. Then, yes, Roller was right with, the Sharpie, man. I didn't have the Sharpie on me, but he was right. I signed my first autograph at, C10 in the park. Some guy, older gentleman, had me sign underneath his ball cap. And he's you know what, I'm having you sign, there. I'm like, no. And he's because I only have famous people to sign there. And I'm like, well, you know what? I shouldn't be signing there. And he's you know what? Be quiet. He took the cap off the marker and he gave me the marker. He's just sign it. I'm all right. If I sign it, can you videotape it so I can send it to, my buddy Roller? So, and then he'll believe it there if he sees, the video and, all that. I don't know. Or you might think it's AI or, something. Anyways, we put 4 of our best, awesome decals together for, you guys out there. We took and we put them together. I'll show you real quick. C10 America Stars decal. You're getting one of these. Getting C10 America square body. A little backstory on this. We did not design the square body. We had somebody online design it for us. We bought the rights. We own it now. So this is, awesome. Then we call this one the Wings Across America right here. And then, that one, the one that started everything right here, C10 America. So that's 4 decals, but we're going to go ahead and give you guys another C10 America Stars decal for free. So you're getting 4, you're getting 1, that's 5 right there. It was a 4-bag, then a 5-bag. And we're giving you guys a busted decal from the old magazine. We still have these. Excuse me. They're almost gone. When they're gone, they are, gone. So we're taking this and we're putting that into, the sticker pack. So it went from a 4-pack to a 5-pack to right now a, a 6-pack. So that is, awesome. You're getting a 6-pack of, decals for only, 10, bucks. We have all the sticker 6 packs right here ready to go. They have the stamp on them. The only thing they're missing is, your address where, they're coming to. And then I want to say a big shout out to thank Scott for, the little Kingma. That is, awesome. Scott, I talked to Roller last night. He's boxing up, the Kingma, his Kingma, and he's sending out to you. And then Roller needs a little bigger screen. He has a small computer and, whatever. So in my garage, I have a bigger monitor that I was gonna get rid of anyways. Well, I'm sending that out to Roller so he can use that on his podcast, and then he's gonna put our decals all over, the back of it. So, and we're helping each other out on their podcast and, all that. So the Kingma, I think they're between 66 and $99 over on Amazon. You need to go get one, and check it out, man. Check it out. Anyways, we're at 10:48 right now. I got a couple more things to talk about here, and then we are done for this Friday. Then I can get my two things. Yeah. Hey Sam, by the way, you said not too many young men and women are entering the motorcycle world. Okay? You know what? Let's change that. Let's change that. And I took and I vowed to change the podcast, talking to the men and women out there, the small guys, small gals in the trench out there that do these awesome bitchin' builds that for far too often and far too many years nobody has been. Let me see here. What is that? For far too often, the men and the women out there in the trenches have been given no credit to their builds. And I said when I started my podcast, I'm gonna turn that upside down on its head, and I'm gonna give a voice to all those guys and gals out there that nobody knows of. Well, you know what? They're gonna know about them, and they're knowing about some of them. We have a lot of people that we talk to, on the podcast. So what I'm getting to, Sam, is let's change that mindset. And you said not too many young men and women are entering, working on C10s or motorcycles. Let's change that, and that is not. It's not too late. And let's take in, see if we can change that by let's get you started with you have done that. That's why you are, appreciated. Sam, you know what? I did what I wanted to do, and I said I was gonna do it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm giving voice to every one of us out there. We all are, the small guy, out there. If we do something cool on a truck, we do an awesome bitchin' build, we want to tell people about it. Not just, the people at the show that, come up to check out your show or check out your truck at the show one time, and maybe they come up, maybe nobody comes up, but maybe somebody might come up and like it. Well, you know what, we want to help you start your podcast, and me and Roller and Scott will do whatever we can to help you start your podcast. And I really think you got an edge and you got a foot in the door, because you said, well, nobody will listen to me. I sound like a hillbilly. That is your niche. That right there is why people are gonna tune in, and that's why people are gonna tune in. You need something captivating to make them want to stay, and that captivating thing to make them want to stay is you're going to be talking to the younger generation, the younger men, the younger women entering, the workforce, entering, the car show world, entering the motorcycle world. You, my friend, are going to change hearts and minds out there. And I know you got it in it. I know you got it in you to do it. And one more thing I'll just, say is, myself, Roller, and, Scott included, will help you. We're all brothers, here. We're all family in this group, and that's what we do. We help out family. And we think that would be, so cool. And, everybody has a, podcast, and, we think you can do, awesome things through, your podcast. And, we'll talk more later on. If you want to talk more, this weekend or something, we can talk, on the phone, whatever. But I want to just say again, I said earlier, but I love this guy's company, Trucks USA. Excuse me, Trucks USA, ClassicTruckBedParts.com. That is ClassicTruckBedParts.com. My buddy Jay Pruitt. So Jay, you are freaking awesome and amazing, at what you do. And Sam said anointed by motor oil. What is that t-shirt saying? Anointed by motor oil? Is that, I'm gonna write that down if it is, just in case. Let's see. Anointed. Anointed by motor oil. That's us. Yeah, yes sir, yes sir. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyways, guys, we're at 10:57. I want to say a big shout out to my buddy Tom Abel. He printed issue number 1 for us. He printed issue number 2 for us. He said he printed issue 3. We'll get that probably after we move or something like that. But anyways, we're not a print magazine. We're an online magazine, and pretty much I think it's better being an online magazine because we're I think it's a pretty much better fit, more interactive, and stuff like that. And bless me and Dad like it, even though we're old school. We like the online magazine. And there is so many good things you can do. with it. See here, we're at 10:58. All right, guys. Big shout out to Roller for the 1 minute prayers guide for men here, a little Bible. If you got one and you guys are following along, or you do want to follow along, we're on page 227. It is called Praise Night Council. It says, I will praise the Lord who counsels me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. I will praise the Lord who counsels me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. Psalm 16:7. Psalm 16:7. And we're almost out of here. On Monday, I will read Melodies of Praise. That'll be on page 228. We'll be reading that on Monday and all that. Anyways, guys, this live just shot right by, just went by real quick. We're at 11 o'clock. We're gonna take and get out of here, but guys, we love each and every one of you for coming in, watching the live. And Dad, I'll give you a call later on. Scott, I'll give you a call later on, and Roller, give you a call later on. But anyways, guys, check out our brand new theme song. We'll see you Monday. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay humble. And, keep on thinking about God, guys. We love you. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Take care.
I started with a frame, just a pile of steel, rust on my hands, but a vision that's real. Long nights in the shop, sparks lighting the air. Every bolt I tighten says I'm halfway there, knowing that my vision is starting to appear, in hopes that I make the cover of C10 America magazine. I'm building my C10 dream. The chrome shines under the lights. Do I lay it low or lift it high? Man, my C10 dream feels so right. From the garage to the show, rolling proud and clean, in hopes that one day spark's gonna gleam. I will keep wrenching and chasing my C10 America magazine dream.
Granddad bought that Chevy new. Said, boy, this truck will carry you. And taught me how to turn a wrench side by side out by that fence. He was the Mr. C10 man, raised me up with grease on his hands. Every road, every mile we ran, riding proud with the Mr. C10 man. That old bench seat fitting me just right. Windows down on a summer night. Coming of age in a small town way. That truck knew the boy I was in those days. He was the Mr. C10 man, passed down lessons I still understand. Every dent, every scar it had, and told the life of the Mr. C10 man. Every time moved on and he passed away. Barn doors closed, dust hid the grave. Out of sight for 30 years, but I still heard his voice so clear. One cold day I pulled that sheet, felt my heart skip, missed a beat. Turned the key and the motor sang, brought me back to the life he gave. Now I'm the Mr. C10 man, teaching my boy like Grandpa planned. 30 years gone, but I lifted that lid, pulled the cover off where the C10 hid. I remember the mornings, loading up your new Ford truck, camper on the back, chasing mountain love. The road was all ribbon, winding through the pines. Every mile with you was a moment frozen in time. You told me the story of the monkey riding in the elephant's ear. I still hold that one near. With my cord gun out the window, keeping bad guys away. My mini bike tied to the back of the camper, it was the only way. We were off on adventures, rolling into the night. They were saying Isabel's waters, Lake Dewey waters, Lake Dewey's in the sun. The Arkansas River where the rapids like to run. I'll carry your stories till my dying day. Fishing with Grandpa was the only way. Yeah, fishing with Grandpa was the only way.
This is Richard Pierce. I'm here with Texas Rich.
Snow was falling heavy on Christmas Eve night. Santa fired up a sleigh, but something wasn't right. Those reindeer got tired, slowed way down. Santa should have had a Chevy rolling through town. Santa should have drove a C10 truck with a V8 rumble and a little bit of luck. Candy apple red with the chrome all shiny. Deliver those toys in record time. Forget that sleigh when the weather gets rough. Santa should have drove a C10 truck. I left milk and cookies, but I waited in vain. Santa stuck on the highway in the snow and rain. If he had a short bed with the heater on high, he'd be burning rubber underneath the winter sky. Santa should have drove a C10 truck with a V8 rumble and a little bit of luck. Candy apple red with the chrome all shiny. Deliver those toys in a record time. Forget that sleigh when the weather gets rough. Santa should have drove a C10 truck. Load the bed with gifts and stuff. Crank the windows down, turn the radio up. Rolling down Main Street, waving to the crowd. No reindeer mess, just exhaust in the snow. Chevy Power's the only way to go. Santa should have drove a C10 truck with a bow on the hood and a tailgate lit up. The kids will cheer when they see him arrive in the sharpest Christmas Chevy that money can buy. Next year he'll trade